Imagine standing on the edge of a pit so deep it seems to defy the laws of nature, a pit that swallows objects, emits strange energies, and even has ties to government secrets. This isn't the plot of a sci-fi movie, this is Mel's Hole, a real-life enigma hidden in the remote hills of Washington state. In this video, we unravel the chilling details behind the world's most mysterious hole. What scientists have discovered will not only boggle your mind, but may make you question the very fabric of reality. The story begins in 1997 when Mel Waters, an unassuming resident of rural Washington, called into the famous late-night radio show Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell. Mel claimed to have stumbled upon a bottomless pit on his property, a phenomenon so bizarre that it quickly became the talk of paranormal enthusiasts worldwide. According to Mel, this wasn't just any hole. It had been there for as long as anyone could remember. The locals used it as a makeshift garbage disposal, tossing in everything from old tires to broken appliances. But here's the kicker, nothing ever made a sound when it hit the bottom. Even the loudest objects vanished into the void without a single echo. It was as if the hole swallowed not just matter but sound itself. Mel's descriptions didn't stop there. The pit had an eerie presence that frightened even the bravest souls. Animals, including Mel's loyal dogs, refused to go near it. The area around the hole felt unnaturally silent, as if the pit absorbed all noise and life. Neighbors shared unsettling stories, including one man who claimed that his deceased hunting dog, which he'd thrown into the pit, was seen alive days later, wandering the woods as if resurrected. This wasn't just a hole, it was a portal to the unknown. Was it a doorway to another dimension? A gateway to the afterlife? Or something even more sinister? Mel, ever the curious homeowner, decided to investigate further. He lowered a fishing line into the pit with a roll of lifesavers attached, hoping to determine if there was water at the bottom. After dropping over 1,000 feet of line, the candy came back dry. Undeterred, he tried again, this time with a 1-pound lead weight. He continued feeding the line until he reached an astonishing 15 miles, and still, there was no sign of a bottom. To put that into perspective, the deepest known natural cave on Earth, the very Ovkina Cave in Georgia, is only about 7,200 feet deep. If Mel's measurements were accurate, this hole was not just deep, it was seemingly endless. What came next was even stranger. Radios placed near the hole began picking up old broadcasts, as if the pit was a portal to another time. Witnesses reported seeing beams of black light, yes, black light, shooting from the pit. Unlike ultraviolet light, this was a darkness so intense that it seemed to consume the brightness around it. Could this pit be emitting unknown forms of energy? And if so, what did it mean for our understanding of physics and the universe? As the story gained traction, it inevitably attracted the attention of the US government. Mel claimed that federal agents showed up unannounced, offering him a deal to lease his land under the guise of investigating a downed aircraft. They paid him handsomely, enough to move to Australia, but it was clear they wanted one thing: exclusive access to the hole. When Mel later tried to return to his property, he found it heavily guarded and fenced off. Satellite images of the area were mysteriously blurred, fueling speculation of a massive cover-up. What was so important about this hole that the government felt compelled to hide it? Adding another layer to the mystery, a Native American shaman named Red Elk came forward, claiming to have known about the hole since the 1960s. According to him, the pit was deeply spiritual, a portal between worlds. He described it as a sacred site, warning that tampering with it could unleash forces beyond human comprehension. Red Elk's accounts aligned with ancient Native American lore about places where the physical and spiritual realms intersect. Could Mel's Hole be one of these legendary gateways? One of the most chilling experiments involved a live sheep. Mel lowered the animal into the pit, only to retrieve it lifeless and strangely altered. Its body appeared to have been cooked from the inside out. What's more, inside the sheep's corpse, he found a bizarre, living creature with human-like eyes. According to Mel, this creature later jumped back into the pit after seemingly curing him of cancer. This bizarre claim left even the most open-minded skeptics questioning the authenticity of Mel's story. Was this the work of extraterrestrials? Advanced government experiments? or something even more unexplainable?
In another experiment, Mel lowered a bucket of ice into the pit. When he pulled it back up, the ice had become warm and flammable. That's right, burning ice.
This discovery defied the laws of thermodynamics, hinting at the presence of unknown energy fields within the pit. Even sound behaved differently around the hole. Shouts and noises made near the edge were absorbed entirely, leaving only an eerie silence. Some scientists speculated that the pit could be a wormhole, a tear in the fabric of spacetime that connects two distant points in the universe. Others suggested it might be a manifestation of dark energy or a naturally occurring black hole on Earth. These theories, while speculative, highlight the profound scientific implications of such a phenomenon. If Mel's hole is indeed a portal or an energy source, it could revolutionize our understanding of physics and open doors to interdimensional travel.
Despite decades of speculation, the truth about Mel's hole remains elusive.
The government's tight control over the site and the lack of concrete evidence make it one of the most enduring unsolved mysteries of our time. Is it a natural wonder, an alien artifact, or a secret experiment gone wrong?
Whatever it is, Mel's hole challenges our understanding of reality and reminds us that some mysteries may never be fully explained.
If you found this story as mind-bending as we did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Let us know in the comments, what do you think Mel's hole really is?
A portal, a scientific anomaly, or something even more extraordinary? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video as we dive into more mysteries of our world and beyond. Picture this, a hole so deep, so dark, and so mysterious that it swallows objects whole, emits strange energies, and sparks government cover-ups. Now imagine that hole isn't just a myth, it's a real place in the hills of Washington state, hiding secrets that could change everything we know about the universe. This is the story of an enigma that defies the laws of physics and captures the imagination of skeptics and believers alike. What makes this bottomless pit so terrifying? Is it a natural wonder, a supernatural gateway, or evidence of something far more sinister?
Stay tuned, because the answers may shock you.
It all started in 1997 with a phone call. Mel Waters, an unassuming man from rural Washington, contacted Art Bell, the host of the popular paranormal radio show Coast to Coast AM. During the call, Mel recounted a story so bizarre, so unbelievable, that it captivated millions of listeners.
Mel claimed to have discovered a pit on his property, one that seemed to defy the laws of nature. It wasn't just deep, it was seemingly bottomless.
No matter what he or his neighbors threw into it, tires, refrigerators, even dead animals, there was no sound of impact, no echo, no indication of a bottom.
This was no ordinary hole.
According to Mel, it exuded an almost supernatural aura, one that frightened both animals and people. His dogs refused to approach it, and even local wildlife seemed to give it a wide berth.
What was it about this hole that inspired such fear?
Before Mel went public, the hole was something of a local curiosity. People used it as a garbage dump, tossing in everything they no longer needed. Old appliances, furniture, and even animals were swallowed up by the pit. It became a part of the community's folklore, a convenient, albeit eerie, place to get rid of unwanted items. But as Mel observed the pit over time, he began to notice its bizarre behavior. Despite being used as a dump, the hole never seemed to fill up.
Objects that should have hit bottom simply disappeared.
The absence of any sound or echo further fueled the mystery.
Mel decided it was time to investigate.
Armed with a mix of curiosity and skepticism, Mel began conducting experiments. His first attempt was simple. He lowered a roll of Lifesavers candy tied to fishing line into the pit, hoping to determine if there was water at the bottom. The candy returned dry, ruling out the presence of a subterranean lake.
Undeterred, Mel upped the ante. He attached a 1-pound lead weight to the line, and began lowering it into the hole.
He kept feeding the line, 100 feet, 500 feet, 1,000 feet, but the weight never touched the bottom.
By the time he reached a fishing line, he was stunned. How could a hole be that deep? It was as if the pit extended infinitely into the earth, or beyond.
As Mel's experiments continued, the hole's strangeness became even more pronounced. Radios placed near the pit began picking up strange signals, including old broadcasts and unexplained static. Witnesses reported seeing beams of black light shooting from the hole, light so dark it seemed to absorb all brightness around it.
Locals began to share chilling stories.
One neighbor claimed that after throwing his deceased hunting dog into the pit, he saw the same dog alive and well in the woods days later. Could the pit somehow resurrect the dead, or was this a case of mistaken identity?
The implications were both thrilling and terrifying. As word of the hole spread, it inevitably attracted attention from higher authorities. Mel claimed that federal agents arrived at his property, offering him a generous sum to lease the land to the government.
They cited vague reasons, such as investigating a downed aircraft, but Mel suspected they were after the hole itself. Reluctantly, Mel agreed to the deal and moved to Australia.
When he later attempted to return to his property, he found it fenced off and guarded.
Satellite images of the area had been blacked out, adding fuel to speculation about a government cover-up.
What was so important about this hole that warranted such secrecy?
The story took another twist when a Native American shaman named Red Elk came forward. According to him, the hole had been known to local tribes for generations. It was considered a sacred site, a portal between worlds. Red Elk warned that tampering with it could unleash forces beyond human comprehension.
This revelation added a new layer to the mystery. Was Mel's hole a natural phenomenon, or did it hold spiritual and supernatural significance?
Red Elk's accounts aligned with ancient legends about places where the physical and spiritual realms intersect, suggesting that the pit might be more than just a hole in the ground.
One of the most chilling experiments involved lowering a live sheep into the pit.
According to Mel, the sheep initially bleated as expected, but soon went silent.
When he retrieved the animal, it was dead, its body seemingly cooked from the inside out.
Inside the sheep's carcass, Mel found something even more disturbing, a strange, living creature with human-like eyes. The creature reportedly emitted a soothing energy and later leapt back into the pit. Incredibly, Mel claimed that this encounter cured him of cancer. Whether you believe this story or not, it's undeniably one of the most bizarre elements of the Mel's Hole saga.
In another experiment, Mel lowered a bucket of ice into the pit. When he pulled it back up, the ice had undergone a dramatic transformation. It was warm to the touch and flammable.
This so-called burning ice defied the laws of thermodynamics, further cementing the pit's reputation as a place where normal physics didn't apply. Even sound behaved strangely around the hole. No matter how loud a noise was, it produced no echo. It was as if the pit absorbed sound, creating an unnatural silence that unnerved anyone who ventured near it. The scientific community has proposed several theories to explain the phenomena associated with Mel's Hole. Some speculate that it could be a wormhole, a tear in the fabric of spacetime that connects two distant points in the universe. Others suggest it might be a naturally occurring black hole, capable of consuming matter and energy. A more grounded theory is that the pit is an abandoned mine shaft or geological anomaly. However, this fails to explain the pit's seemingly infinite depth, its strange energy emissions, and the paranormal phenomena reported by witnesses. Mel's Hole isn't the only mysterious pit to capture the imagination of the public. Similar stories exist in folklore and history, from the Devil's Sinkhole in Texas to the Well of Hell in Yemen. These sites share common themes of bottomless depths, strange occurrences, and associations with the supernatural. Could Mel's Hole be part of a larger pattern? If so, what does this say about the Earth's unexplored mysteries? The government's involvement in Mel's Hole has fueled a variety of conspiracy theories. Some believe the pit is a cover for secret experiments involving advanced technology or extraterrestrial artifacts. Others suggest it's a portal to another dimension, guarded to prevent its misuse. The lack of transparency only adds to the intrigue. What is the government hiding, and why are they so determined to keep the public away? Mel's Hole remains one of the most enduring mysteries of our time. Whether it's a natural wonder, a supernatural portal, or a top-secret government project, it challenges our understanding of reality and leaves us with more questions than answers. What do you think? Is Mel's Hole a doorway to another world, a scientific anomaly, or something even more extraordinary? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-bending stories.
Until next time.